I had plantar fasciitis. Oh, it was about 5 years ago. I wondered why my right foot was hurting so much. I was doing all sorts of things that was still in pain. So I went to the doctor and I said, I want to know what's happening to my foot. And it was the foot that I had landed on many years ago. I did that when I was 49, so I'm in my late 60s now. But this happened probably when I was 60 or late 50s. And I thought maybe it's a problem happening from when I did the skydive. And he had a look, he felt around my foot, and then he laughed. He said, "You've got plantar fasciitis." I said, "What? Plantar fasciitis?" He said, "Yes. Have you changed your running shoes?" I said, "I have. I'm doing barefoot runners now." He said, "You've been going at the running too hard. You've stretched and inflamed your plantar fasciitis, which is on the bottom of the foot." He said, that will take 10 months to heal. I'd go home and I'd do the hot and colds, and I could bring the 8 out of 10 pain right down to 2 out of 10 pain. It was just incredible, the difference that the hot and colds made. And then at night, I would rub the comfrey into it. I knew that I just had to be patient. I also needed to be careful not to be on my feet on cement. I had to be careful with the shoes that I was wearing. I had to make sure I had well-fitting shoes.
Do you have extremely pinching foot pain whenever you stand on your feet or walk? Then you know well how that makes your everyday activities, like walking or standing, hurt, making it hard to get things done. It can also make you feel tired and frustrated. But did you know the solution to stubborn foot pain, like plantar fasciitis, wasn't inexpensive treatments, but a simple, natural remedy you can try at home? Yes, renowned health expert Barbara O'Neill is about to reveal a powerful, affordable secret that the medical industry rarely talks about. Stay tuned, because this remedy could transform your foot health and get you back on your feet, literally sooner than you think. The common causes of foot pain. So, what is plantar fasciitis? It's just a fancy name for a really annoying and painful problem with your foot. There's a thick band of tissue under your foot, running from your heel to your toes. It's like a built-in shock absorber that helps you walk around. But when this tissue gets overworked or strained, maybe from standing too long, walking too much, or wearing shoes that don't give you proper support, it can start to tear. And when it tears, it gets inflamed. That's when the trouble begins. If you've ever stepped out of bed in the morning and felt a sharp stabbing pain in your heel, like someone stuck a knife in there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's worse after you've been off your feet for a while, or after standing for ages. The pain can feel unbearable at times, and you might even start dreading those first steps of the day. Here's the thing, it's not just about the tissue. A big part of the problem is poor footwear. Think about those flimsy flip-flops or high heels that look great, but leave your feet unsupported. They force your feet into weird positions, which puts even more stress on the plantar fascia. And then there's circulation, or lack of it. Sitting for too long, wearing tight socks, or even conditions like diabetes can slow down blood flow to your feet, making it harder for them to heal. To top it off, if your body is dealing with chronic inflammation, basically, your immune system is on constant high alert, it can keep the pain sticking around for months. And Dr. Barbara O'Neill is someone who really understands how to deal with this kind of thing. She believes your body is always giving you clues about what it needs. For foot pain, she talks about the importance of keeping the blood flowing. One of her favorite tips is to alternate between ice packs and warm compresses. It sounds simple, but it works wonders to reduce swelling and get the blood moving.
What would most people do? Just go and get a painkiller. The problem with a painkiller is you start to walk and stand on that foot when you shouldn't. It's actually telling you to stop and put your feet up.
Barbara also swears by natural remedies. She's a big fan of things like ginger and turmeric, which are amazing at fighting inflammation. And here's a cool tip. She suggests massaging your foot with peppermint or eucalyptus oil. Not only does it feel great, but it also helps relax those tight muscles and boosts circulation. About 1 in 10 people deal with plantar fasciitis at some point, and if you don't treat it, it can mess up your whole day-to-day life. But the good news is, with some basic changes, like wearing better shoes, keeping active but not overdoing it, and trying out these natural remedies, you can get back on your feet without feeling like you're walking on glass. The healing power of foot soaks. So, imagine dunking your feet into a warm, soothing basin that seems to melt the ache away. That's exactly what Epsom salt, or magnesium sulfate, does. When you toss a cup of it into warm water, it works like a charm. The magnesium in it helps your muscles relax and eases any swelling or stiffness. There's this idea that Epsom salt can even help draw out toxins from your body through your skin. Now, the science might still be figuring this one out, but plenty of people swear by it. They say they feel lighter and fresher afterward, and who doesn't want that? Plus, magnesium is super important for your body. Your muscles, nerves, and even your energy levels rely on it. You can also jazz up your foot soak with essential oils like lavender oil. That stuff is pure relaxation in a bottle. A few drops, and you'll feel your stress float away like a balloon. Or maybe you're in the mood for something minty fresh. Peppermint oil gives your feet this cool, tingly sensation. It's like they're breathing fresh air. And if your feet are swollen or inflamed, eucalyptus oil is the solution you need. It calms down all that puffiness and makes everything feel better. Barbara O'Neill, who knows a thing or two about natural remedies, has this easy recipe for the perfect foot soak. Just grab a cup of Epsom salt, add about 10 drops of your favorite essential oil, and fill up a basin with warm water. Then, dunk your feet in and chill for 15-20 minutes. Do this 2 or 3 times a week, and you'll feel like a brand new person. A foot soak like this actually helps improve circulation in your feet, which is a big deal. Better blood flow means your feet get all the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay healthy. Fun fact: bad circulation can lead to serious stuff like varicose veins or nerve issues if you're not careful. But just by taking 20 minutes to soak your feet, you're helping prevent all that. Also, you can do this too.
And what I'm going to do now might surprise you. I'm going to put the onion on the bottom of the feet. So why do we put the onion on the bottom of the feet? We put the onion on the bottom of the feet because the bottom of the feet, or the feet I should say, are a reflex for the chest. And we're going to put the onion on the bottom of the feet for if someone has a bad cough in the night. And I'm going to use a plastic bag. Now at Misty Mountain, we buy boxes of starch bags, so they're made out of starch, and that would be the best. Now, if you don't have starch bags, you can certainly use a cloth. So you might use a cloth, put the onion like that, and put it in the bag. And then what you do is you put your foot on the onion like that, and then you twist it around and put a sock on. So the bottom of the feet is touching the onion. And then you put a sock on and it holds it in place.
Anti-inflammatory foods to support foot health. What you eat also plays a part in your foot health. When you eat poorly, it causes something called inflammation. Now, inflammation isn't all bad. Think of it as your body's alarm system. Got a cut or an infection? Inflammation jumps in to help you heal. But if that alarm stays stuck on high, it starts causing trouble. Kind of like when someone keeps yelling, even after the argument is over. For people dealing with stuff like plantar fasciitis, too much inflammation can make it feel like your foot is on fire, and healing takes forever.
Listening to the body is absolutely number one. Remember what I did on the plane? Now, if the ice hadn't stopped the pain, and I knew it would, maybe I would have resorted to painkillers, but I never had to, in my whole experience, go to painkillers. I just used the ice. So how do I know that the ice was what to do? Because I know it gets the inflammation down, and my pain started to reduce.
So, you can eat your way to less inflammation. Let's talk turmeric. This bright yellow spice isn't just for curry. It has something called curcumin in it. Research backs this up. Turmeric can reduce swelling and pain like a natural little fix-it. Ginger's another one of those superfoods. Add it to your tea, soup, or even chew a slice if you're brave. It's great for blood flow and taming that fiery inflammation. Now, picture a pile of leafy greens. Spinach, kale, you name it. They're packed with stuff that helps repair your body, like a DIY toolkit for your insides. And then there are omega-3s, those good fats found in salmon, walnuts, and chia seeds. These guys keep inflammation at bay. People who eat enough omega-3s tend to be healthier overall. Plus, they're even good for your brain, so you're not just healing, but thinking clearer too. But let's not forget the villains in this story: processed foods, sugar, and refined carbs. These are the bad guys fueling that inflammation fire. Ever heard the fact that a single can of soda can have up to 10 teaspoons of sugar? Too much sugar doesn't just mess with your teeth. It can slow down healing, make you feel tired, and even lead to serious problems like diabetes over time. So here's the deal. Swap the junk for the good stuff. Start small. Add some turmeric to your meals, eat more greens, or grab a handful of walnuts instead of chips. Before you know it, you'll feel the difference. The role of stretching and massage. Apart from your diet, exercise is another important thing that helps in it. By exercise, I mean something as simple as stretching.
See, exercise is the best cure for poor circulation, especially that interval training. But we have had many people come with cold feet. We've had a few people come with peripheral neuropathy. They've lost the feelings in their extremities. Now, if someone's lost the feelings in their extremities, you can never do hot and cold foot treatments on them. You put cold feet into really hot water, you can damage the tissues. So you have to be very cautious with that. But you can put a cayenne pepper compress on the bottom of the feet and keep it on all night. And by morning, their feet are warm and their feet stay warm.
Think of your calf muscles as those stretchy rubber bands that help your foot move. If they're too tight, they pull on the plantar fascia, and that's where the trouble starts. So here's what you can do. Stand in front of a wall, put your hands on it, step one foot back while keeping it straight, and bend the other knee slightly. Lean in and feel that stretch in your calf. Hold it for 20 seconds, then switch sides. And there's this fun little move called toe curls. Sit on a chair, throw a towel on the floor, and try grabbing it with your toes. Pull it toward you. Not only does it work the muscles in your feet, but it also helps take some pressure off the plantar fascia. It's so simple you can even do it while watching TV or scrolling through your phone. Now, here's my favorite part. Grab a tennis ball, or better yet, a frozen water bottle. Put it under your foot and roll it back and forth for a few minutes. Feels amazing, doesn't it? The tennis ball stretches and massages your foot, while the frozen water bottle cools it down and helps with any swelling. It's like a DIY foot massage you can do at home anytime. Barbara O'Neill, who's an expert at this stuff, always says the real secret is sticking to these stretches regularly. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't skip that, do you? Same with your feet. A little attention every day can save you from dealing with constant pain later. Plus, you can also apply frozen water to your feet. Studies even show that just rolling a frozen water bottle under your foot for 5 minutes a day can ease pain by 75% in just a few weeks. Seriously, that's cool in every way. Proper footwear and posture support. This is the most neglected area. Most people don't even address that the shoes you wear every day have a big impact on your feet and how your body feels overall. If you wear shoes that don't give your feet the right kind of support, it can lead to a lot of problems, like pain in your heels or the bottom of your feet. One of the most common problems people get is called plantar fasciitis, with that sharp pain you feel when you first get up in the morning or after standing for a while. That's what it feels like. It happens a lot when you wear shoes that don't support your arches properly, like flip-flops or high heels. They might look cute, but they don't do much for your feet in the long run. It's not just the feet that get affected either. When your shoes don't support your feet properly, it messes with your posture too. You might not notice it, but your whole body adjusts to try and make up for the bad support. That means you could end up standing or walking in a way that puts extra pressure on your knees, hips, or back. You don't want that. Over time, this can lead to some serious pain or even injuries in other parts of your body. So, what's the fix? Well, Barbara O'Neill has some advice. She suggests that if you've got foot pain or just want to keep your feet happy, you should try using insoles or orthotics. These are little inserts you can pop into your shoes that give your arches the support they need. When you do this, it takes a lot of the pressure off your feet, especially that plantar fascia tissue. It can help you walk more naturally and reduce the chances of getting foot pain. People who are on their feet a lot or have flat feet can really benefit from this kind of support. Your feet are the foundation for the rest of your body. If your feet aren't aligned right, your whole posture can go out of whack. For example, if your shoes don't support your arches, you might lean forward or put too much pressure on your toes, and that can mess with your spine or hips. This might not hurt right away, but after a while, you might start noticing back pain or joint issues. Boosting circulation for faster healing. You know, our bodies have this amazing system that works like a delivery service, bringing blood to all parts of us, even our feet. But sometimes, if our blood isn't flowing properly, our feet can start to feel tired, cold, or even swollen. The good news? There are some super simple things we can do to help our circulation and keep our feet feeling great.
I find people that allow their feet to be cold, eventually their feet are numb. And eventually, the next step after numb feet is gangrene of the toes. You see, the blood's the life of the flesh, and any part of the body that's cold, blood's not going in there. So blood's not feeding the area, it's not feeding the herbs, the nerves. You cannot put cold feet into hot water or you'll damage the tissues. So what can you do? You can make a cayenne compress to put on the bottom of the feet. So to make a cayenne pepper compress, you get some paper towel and you cut it to the size of the foot, which would be, let's just guess, it'll be about this. I guess I'm guessing my size foot. And you put it on, I've doubled over a couple of layers of cling wrap there. And then you put a little olive oil on there.
But that's not the only process. Let me show you something simple. Giving your feet a nice massage with warm oil. Imagine rubbing your feet after a long day, and suddenly, they start to feel lighter and less tired. That's because massaging your feet helps get the blood flowing better. It's like giving your body a little push to help the blood travel through your feet. A study actually found that just 10 minutes of foot massage can boost blood flow in your legs by as much as 40%. And if you've been standing for a while, try putting your feet up after. Just prop them on a pillow or chair and let gravity help the blood flow back to your heart. It's like giving your feet a break while helping your circulation at the same time. Now, it's not all about foot massages. Our bodies need to move to keep the blood flowing, so get up and walk around every day. I'm not saying you need to run a marathon, but just 10-15 minutes of walking can make a huge difference. People who walk regularly are way less likely to have circulation problems or blood clots. Some simple poses can really open up your blood vessels and help your feet feel great. Like standing on one leg or stretching your calves, these moves get the blood flowing and help your feet and legs stay strong. But here's the secret, even wiggling your toes helps. It might sound funny, but moving your toes around actually gets the blood flowing in your feet and keeps things from getting stiff. The point is, you don't need to do anything crazy to keep your feet happy. A little massage, some stretching, and a daily walk can make your circulation a whole lot better. Success stories. Barbara O'Neill has been helping people heal all sorts of pains, including foot pain, using natural methods. One of the things she talks about a lot is soaking your feet, changing what you eat, and doing some stretches. And let me tell you, these simple steps have worked wonders for people.
So what you do is you get a plastic bag thus, and you put the onion in the plastic bag, and then the foot is put on the, let's say this is the foot, you put it on the onion in the plastic bag, and then twist this bag around and around, and secure it, and then put a sock on. You want the onion on the bottom of the feet, because the biggest pores in your body are on the bottom of your feet, and the body will take the onion where it needs to go. And often it'll take it if you need it in the chest or to clear the head. I was with my daughter and her little 3-year-old. We put him to bed, he had a cold and he coughed and he coughed. And you think any moment he'll fall asleep. But half an hour later he was still coughing, and I said to my daughter, Emma, just get him up and we'll do the onion. We put the onion on the bottom of his feet, put the sock on, put him back to bed, not one more cough. It's almost unbelievable what it does.
Take Susan, for example. She'd been dealing with heel pain, something called plantar fasciitis, for years. She'd tried everything, medications, fancy shoes, you name it, but nothing helped. That is until she started following Barbara's advice. First, she started soaking her feet in warm water with Epsom salt. Now, Epsom salt isn't just some random thing. It has magnesium, which helps relax muscles and reduce inflammation. She also switched up her diet, adding more fruits, veggies, and nuts while cutting back on processed foods. And she didn't stop there. She added some simple foot stretches into her routine, especially in the mornings when the pain was at its worst. After a few weeks of sticking to this, Susan noticed something incredible. Her foot pain was almost completely gone. It was a huge relief, and she didn't have to depend on pills or go for expensive treatments. And she's not the only one. There's this guy, John, who had really bad arthritis in his feet. It was so painful that he couldn't walk without a limp. But he started soaking his feet in warm water with apple cider vinegar and doing some stretches. Apple cider vinegar is said to help reduce inflammation, so it's great for easing swelling in the feet. Along with changing his diet to include more foods like fish and flax seeds, which are rich in omega-3s, John slowly started feeling better. After a few months, his pain was a lot less intense, and he could walk much easier. There are so many people who've shared their stories online about how they use these natural methods to get rid of foot pain. One person said they'd been dealing with foot pain for years, but after a couple of weeks of foot soaks with Epsom salt and stretching, they noticed a big difference. Another person said they didn't need to take painkillers anymore because their foot pain had eased up thanks to Barbara's approach. What's even crazier is that science backs this up. Studies have shown that soaking your feet in Epsom salt can help with pain because magnesium, which is in the salt, relaxes muscles and reduces inflammation. There's even a study in the Journal of Pain Research that shows magnesium helps with chronic pain. And stretching? That's proven to help with foot pain too, especially in cases like plantar fasciitis, where tight muscles cause a lot of discomfort.
I had one man who'd lost all feeling in his feet, and on the second night, he got pins and needles in his feet. What's pins and needles? That's the first sign that life's coming back in the feet. Now, I have put a little bit too much on there, but that will be just enough for the other foot. So if you didn't put the oil on, of course, the cane pepper would just all fall off. It will not burn the foot. If I put that on my foot, and we're not going to do it in this weather, because we're warm enough anyway, but if I put that on my foot, by about 4 a.m, I'm waking up wanting to take them off. My feet are getting so hot. But if someone has cold feet, by morning their feet are just getting warm. If someone has no feeling in their feet, sometimes it will take 2 nights before it will come. Now, if you put it on your feet every night, you're going to want to sit with your feet in ice water all day long because your feet will get too hot. So what I usually suggest, if someone has cold feet, do it about every 3 nights until their feet stay warm. And if someone has no feeling in their feet, even then I would probably only do it every 2 nights. And of course, you wait for your result. You would stop if the person has full feeling in their feet and their feet feel like they're on fire the whole time, then you would stop. So you watch the body's response, but it's very, very safe.
People like Susan and John show that Barbara O'Neill's methods are more than just theories. They're practical, proven, and life-changing for many. So yeah, Barbara O'Neill's natural remedies really seem to work, and they've helped so many people get rid of their foot pain without needing any fancy treatments or medications. It just goes to show that sometimes the simplest solutions can make the biggest difference. Your feet are the foundation of your health. Don't let pain hold you back. With Barbara O'Neill's natural remedy, you can take control and heal your feet naturally. Have you tried foot soaks or anti-inflammatory foods for foot pain? Share your experiences in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more health tips from Barbara O'Neill. See you soon.